Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the NorCal Sports Network Giants postgame show. I'm Dan Coachimilio along with Eric Romo as the Giants fall to Miami 1-0. So the Giants bats went silent today, Eric. Only 3 hits, only one until the 8th inning when they got 2 hits. Their first hit came
Estrada in the first inning.
Yeah, the leadoff at bat.
Yeah.
And they went all the way to the 8th inning where Patrick Bailey was able to get his first big league hit. And then it was followed up by a bunt single, beautiful bunt laid down by Bryce Johnson. But that was it. Giants bats were completely dormant today as they faced a tough lefty, it looked like, for Miami. They faced the kid Garrett, Braxton Garrett, a lefty, and he came out after, strangely, I don't know if there was anything wrong or just like the matchup. They thought he was, third time.
Yeah, that was
through.
weird. Even John Miller kind of mentioned that on the radio.
76 pitches, 57 of them, which were strikes.
Right. Maybe he was worried about J.D. Davis and Haniger. I don't know.
Maybe so. Yeah, facing them again, it might have been, but they beat the Giants 1-0.
Yeah, and that kid Garrett, he had came in with a 5 ERA. He looked like an ace out there today.
Yeah. Chardal, 1 minute late. We started right on time, didn't we? 3:25. I don't know. Let's see. We've been on for 2 minutes and 49 seconds, and it's 3:28. So right now, let's see. I got 3:28 on my computer. On my phone, I got 3:28, and we've been on for 3 minutes. We came on at 3:25. Chardal, you're close to getting blocked there, buddy. Calling me 1 minute late. Huh? Come on. No, I'm kidding you, Chardal. I'm just teasing you. I was on time today. That's why we moved it from 3:15. We had it set for 3:15, but then the game looked like it was going to go a little longer, and so it changed it to 3:25. Darren Ty says, I can't lie, Dan. I'm rooting for losses and regime change. Just can't stand the current situation. Yeah. Kuiper would not be happy with your tardiness. I wasn't tardy today. We started. Look, right now, if you look, we've been on for, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to show you my clock on my phone. 3:29, and it's 4 minutes we've been on, and we started at 3:25. There it is, 3:29. Yep. So we're good. Anyway, Lou Marson, 3 hits only. That is more like the Giants. 2 batters through 7 go 0 for 18. Ouch. Yeah. Chardal says he can't open the show Sunday because they don't get the sweep. Yeah, 4 in a row. So the Giants fall back again. This is what I'm kind of predicting. Yeah, do you want to see the Giants win and get in playoff contention? Absolutely. I want excitement. I'm a Giants fan. I want to see playoff baseball. There's nothing like playoff baseball in the atmosphere. But I'm just telling you reality, guys. This is a team that goes up and down, mostly down so far. But when you get basically shut out and almost no hit for 8 innings, I mean, 1 hit through 7.
And it tells you the hole they were in. They had a nice 4-game winning streak, and then you lose 1, and now you're still 3 behind. So
yeah.
Or I shouldn't say 3 under 500.
Yeah, it's you're getting close to getting muted, Chardal. Look at that, Mark Graves, who does have power over me on the Krug show to mute me. He may have that same power on my show over you, Chardal. You be careful. Be careful when you say I'm late. Sometimes I'm late, but I try to be punctual. So anyway, let's see what else we got today. Not much to really discuss as far as the game itself. I mean, it was pretty boring. I guess the thing that I took out of this, and I'm going to see if I can get this up. I'll send it to you, Eric. You work on seeing if you could get these up on the I tweeted these out. So let me pull up my comments today. What I took out of the game today.
Is it on Twitter?
I'm going to just email you the photo or the video. I got 2 videos, and this. Okay, I sent you one, and then I'm sending you another. This is about Patrick Bailey. I tweeted out about his framing. He looks really impressive. And I want to show you. Just keep the sound down. Sure. Better win tomorrow, Lou says, because going on the road to Minnesota, Milwaukee, tough road ahead. Yes, very true. This is what I said, Lou, coming out of the 3-game sweep against the Phillies is don't lose 2 of 3 to Miami now, because this is kind of what typical 500 teams do is, they win a few, they lose a few. And I'll give credit. I read an article the other day on NBC Sports Bay Area. Alex Pavlovich actually wrote a pretty honest assessment of the Giants. It was one of the rarer ones, I would say, that I've seen where he was kind of, pretty straightforward with the Giants about what they look like. And I've been saying this all year. They're up and down. So we'll see. Hey, while you're working on that, carry the chat and the conversation here. I'm going to go grab my water. I'm getting thirsty. I got to get my water intake, man. If I drink too late water, man, I'm up all night. So let me.
Gotcha. No problem.
Be right
back. Start all talking about basketball. Go Denver. Yeah, they're up 2-0, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, today I didn't follow the game too much. I listened to a little bit on the radio. Not a whole lot going on. It was cool seeing Patrick Bailey get his first hit, see him get his call up and everything. But it's kind of interesting to see what the Giants are doing. See, it's I kind of mentioned this to Dan a couple of days ago. I guess Farhan had an interview with someone. I can't remember who it was on The Athletic. I don't know if it was Baggerly or not, but talking about the player development in the farm. And I find it interesting that it's like it seems this year that they're really promoting a lot of the guys up and down the organization. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that, Farhan's in his last year and he's trying to show that, hey, look, we're promoting our guys and we got guys making it to the big team. So I don't know if that's just kind of smoke and mirrors or if that's honest assessment about what the players are doing. Yeah, Matos, I think, is doing really good. Schmidt, he was doing okay in AAA, but there was guys doing that last year and they weren't getting a call up. But, this year, all of a sudden, Farhan's on the hot seat, especially after the offseason, and in the middle of the season last year as well at the trade deadline. So I don't know if that's smoke and mirrors by Farhan, you doing all these promotions to the young guys or not, but I guess we'll see how it pans out.
That's a good point. Is he doing it because it is his last year and all of a sudden, hey, I haven't had nothing to show for it in my 5 years, no prospects, but Cole Waits. So, yeah, now he's got Schmidt and, like you said, Bailey.
Yep.
Brought up another kid. I think he was part of the 18 draft, though, of
they mentioned that pitcher. I didn't even recognize his name.
Yeah, I had never really heard of him. Just kind of, but he was in the 18 draft with Bart, and Giants only had 2 or 3. He's the 3rd player to come up and make the big leagues out of that draft, which wasn't that great. But some of the other guys are still part of the old regime. Who was the? I keep forgetting his name. The previous GM, not. Bobby Evans. Bobby Evans. Bobby Evans.
Evans.
Yeah. Bobby Evans drafted. They drafted Bart and they drafted Matos and Luciano.
Oh, that's interesting. Check this out. I didn't even realize this. Rules talks about after Crawford, Yaz is the longest tenure Giant. That's crazy.
Another thing I wrote the other day, Twitter, the Giants have not had a prospect of any significance come up from the position side since Joe Panic, that I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Is there anybody? I mean, Casey Schmidt looks like the last guy, or is prior to Joe Panic. I mean, it looked like Mac Williamson might do something for a while, but then that
Christian Arroyo was a little.
He did nothing for the
Giants.
Giants.
He didn't do nothing. Yeah,
he didn't do nothing. So I don't know of any prospect that has come up that since Joe Panic that looks promising as Casey Schmidt. Now, Casey Schmidt, to me, I mean, he looks like more of a player than Panic. I mean, this guy's an athlete. He can play basically. I mean, it seems like almost everybody can play occasional first base. He looks like he can play all three positions: second base, short, and third. With third being, I think, his natural best position, but his arm plays really well. Today, probably the best play of the game today was a double play in which first and third Miami had, can't remember exactly what inning it was, early to mid part of the game, maybe around the fifth somewhere. First and third, there was a ground ball to third base. J.D. Davis picked it on, I can't remember if it was one hop or whatever, but he threw to second with Casey Schmidt on the shortstop side of second base covering the bag. It was kind of an unnatural what was that? Let's see, 5-6-3 double play. You don't see that often, third to shortstop. So he threw it high to Schmidt. Schmidt kind of leaped up, got it, came down on the bag, and then fired a strike to first base for the double play. Game or inning double play. Otherwise, Miami would have went up 1-0 there. Mark Graves says Brian Reynolds. We just didn't keep him. Yeah, you're correct on that. I was thinking of anybody who's actually come up to the Giants, but yeah, Brian Reynolds would be definitely a great choice there. They traded him for Andrew McCutchen. Man, it's just been dry. I mean, Joe Panic. When did Panic come up? Was it 13?
2015, I think. I think we talked about that the other day. I think it was it? No, it wasn't.
No, he was in the World Series in 14.
Yeah, you're right. Or was it 2013?
Yeah. So Panic came up in 13. This is 2023. 10 years. You want to know why the Giants have not been very good since 16?
Well, there you go. I think you just answered it. No young guys coming up. No.
Yeah. The drought. You have a drought. I don't think Panic was a rookie in 14, was he? Somebody check. I'm going to check that out. He may have been a rookie in 14. I'm just going to pull that up real quick and look at.
And that's why I'm saying it makes me wonder if Farhan's doing this because, again, it's the end of his year. Just to show that he's doing something. I don't know.
I want to look at his.
I hate thinking this way, but he kind of gives you no other choice just because the record that he's had.
Okay. Panic did come up in 14. Okay.
Oh, so it was a rookie. Okay.
So it was 14 in the World Series year. That was the great play against Kansas City, Game 7, the double play.
The first replay in the World Series.
Yeah, exactly. Panic was 23. So you bring up some of these guys that are a little older, like Casey Schmidt's 24. Von Brown is, I believe, 24. Blake Sable's 25. I'm going to stick with my theory that if you have not made it up to the big league level by age 25, at least made some type of, doesn't have to be a regular. Maybe it's a call up in September and then next year's your year at 26. But if you haven't made it by 25, I don't think you're going to have a very successful big league career. Yeah, there's some outliers. There's a few outliers, not many. Some people might say Yaz, but I don't think Yaz has had what I would call a super successful big league career. He's been
okay.
He's been okay. He's been, it's not like so, but your stars that usually come up, they make it before 25.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, "What about Aaron Judge?" Aaron Judge was 24. Okay.
Yep.
You better make it by 25 because most of the guys that are stars now are coming up in their early 20s.
Right.
Okay. Aaron Judge, I believe he was 24. Let me double check. He came up in 16 as a 24-year-old, made 95 plate appearances. So his first big league year was at 25. So, yeah. So, I spent 9 years in Baltimore in the minors. Exactly. So these guys that are in the minors forever, they're not going to, you got to progress. You got to progress. It's a young man's game.
Yeah.
And baseball, for the most part, guys that hit their early to mid 30s, that's about, you have guys in your mid 30s that are still productive, but not generally.
I brought this up to you too, Dan. I think there's pressure for sure for Farhan to do something, and that I think Farhan may be getting pushed by ownership, saying, "Hey, you need to show something," because
maybe so, yeah. I mean something because people aren't showing up. I'm looking at the stands. It's a Saturday afternoon, and granted, it was a little blustery today, but
they announced 31,000.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's too many empty seats for 31,000. Way too many empty seats. There's probably 25 in the house.
Yeah.
Place holds 40. It looked, it looked over half full, maybe about 60, 65% full.
In Pavlovich article, he even talked about what I was talking about not that long ago, seeing how the Dodgers got all these young guys coming up, and you sprinkle in some free agents, and you're doing something. And unfortunately, like you said, with the example of Panic, when you're having the young guys coming up after that to supplement, some free agents or guys that may have been with the Giants for a while, you're not gonna be able to do much.
Yeah. $5 tickets, 501. If you bought them early, I think.
But he's saying those are bleacher tickets.
Yeah, bleachers, but they're also upper the the third deck. Mm-hmm. I think Lou told me that it also might even include the club level down there by the foul poles. Maybe in left field, way out there. There's a group of people sitting right down the line today in the club level from the TV that I could see. And it's like, I bet you those were $5 seats because it was a section that was, I wish I could probably go back and pull it up here. I'll look while you carry on the chat. Were you able to pull those videos?
I haven't seen an email come across. Are they large
files? Did I email them or text them? Let me see.
You might have texted.
I did. You want them on the email?
Yeah, that'd be better.
Oh, okay. Let me do
that. Yeah, I think Bailey's only going to be here until Bart gets back. Bart really hasn't. He's been catching a really good game, and honestly, he's the one that's been saving. Bart's been the one that's been saving Doval during his save attempts because he can never follow the pitch clock, so he's always having to call timeout. So he's been doing pretty well, and he's been doing good with the staff too. But he just has no power. Things could always change if Bailey.
I mean, it's possible that. They keep Bailey up, and they send Wisely down because
keep 3 catchers.
Then Sable becomes your outfielder. Your
a backup catcher.
Yeah, he becomes your emergency catcher and allows you. I mean, that's the way I would run it because it allows it allows for. Hold on here, I'm not looking because forget the spelling. I just mashed it.
All right, no problem.
But I was just not looking. So anyway, I think, Wisely gives you an extra infield. They've got enough infielders that can
Yeah,
play
they do.
infield. I mean, with Schmidt, and you got Schmidt, Estrada, Flores could play second for a game or two. I mean, you
JD
got
Davis,
yeah,
Wade.
yeah, you got enough guys. So outfield, why, you got Wisely as your backup center fielder. You got Bryce Johnson.
Yeah, right.
You got Yaz. So keep Bailey up and platoon him with the catching, and give you can also stick Wade in the outfield. You could stick Sable at first base. I mean, I think you can also use Sable as a DH. I wouldn't be surprised if Peterson gets traded in the next month by sometime in June.
All right, I got your emails. I'm gonna take a look at them.
Okay. Let's see. Large soda refills for 79 cents. Wow.
Oh man, let me see.
Dan, there was 30,000 there today. He says I'm crazy. I don't know if there was 30,000. I didn't get a view of the whole stands, but I will take a look and see what I'll go back and look at the game, see if I could see anything in there that tells me otherwise. I didn't see the third deck, so I have no idea how full that was. I can only see I saw the club level, and there was nobody down the left field line except one little section. So yeah. So I wish I could go back and pull it up, but it looks like I don't know if I can do a replay of it or not. No, it's actually over in the sense for my MLB app. So maybe there was 30,000. I don't know. My guess is there was probably 26,000 in the house. Just from my view of the club level. Lou, were you at the game today, or did you just stay home and watch it? I don't know if Lou Marston's still in the house, but he would have a pretty good idea. San Francisco Giants went through 4 pitching changes with Webb. Jacob Junis. It was actually Tyler Rogers today, not Taylor Rogers. And Camilo Duvall, correct. Yeah, bleachers are always packed. It's $5 out there. People are buying those seats. But you got to look at Eddie K at the other decks. You got to look at the club level and look at especially the upper deck, the view level. Yep. Every team fudges about attendance. Mario says, "Well, Mario, maybe you should come into the house and discuss what we should talk about. There's not a lot to talk about after a post-game show when it's boring baseball. I mean, there's not a lot of excitement on this team. I mentioned Patrick Bailey's frame jobs, which we're going to hopefully get to. Eric's looking at working on right now. Nice catch by Casey Schmidt. First hit by Patrick Bailey. The bats were dead today. Good pitching matchup. Logan Webb pitched well, deserved to get a win. Got a no decision. But, the best thing the Giants can do going forward is to keep building for the future. And we'll see where this season takes us. I will be happily proven wrong if the Giants make the playoffs and do well. Potentially it's there. They've got some guys that can do it, but do they all put it together at the same time? We shall see. Yep. The paying fans who pay the big bucks are not coming. That's exactly why I didn't renew my season tickets, because it, not worth it. Not worth paying $13,000 for 2 tickets. Going to games that are then pay $30 for parking, another, $30 or $40 for concessions. And, by the time you've gone and done all that and your games you don't make, you can't get rid of your tickets because people aren't buying them for what the face value of the ticket is, and you're selling them for half the price or 20% of the price of the ticket, you lose money. Only way you make money is if you have a winning team. In 21, I did well with my season tickets, and that's why I renewed for 22. And then when I saw what was happening in 22 and the way season ticket holders were, left holding the bag, and they were tied to StubHub, the Giants. StubHub was down for 2 weeks, couldn't get rid of our tickets, couldn't post them. Giants did nothing to help us out. Got screwed. Forget it. So they expect season ticket holders to buy the tickets and then show up to every game. That's just not reality. Even if you live in the Bay Area, I'm in Arizona, so I sell most of them and come up for some of them. But even if I lived in the Bay Area, I wouldn't go to 81 games. Nobody, very, very few people do that. Let's see. Hutch says attendance will continue to go down unless the team somehow gets a lot better. Correct. John Norman says, great job, Dan and Eric. Love the shows. Giants fan from Georgia. Hey, thanks, John. Well, welcome. Welcome from Georgia. Do you get to see any of the Braves games or the Giants when they come to Atlanta? Now, that's a great team down there and a great organization. To me, Atlanta Braves are top 3 in all of baseball as far as the way they run the organization. I would put top 3 organizations in baseball. Oh, let's see. Dodgers are definitely in the top 3. Do I want to put them 1, being a Giants fan? No, I don't. But I will say they're neck and neck. I like Atlanta because I like what Atlanta's done to bring up all their young guys and then get them signed for long-term contracts that are probably undervalued while they're young, and they giving them a little bit more than what they would get prior to their, arbitration years. But they don't sign these guys past their primes. So I'm going to put number 1 organization in baseball, the way I like it run. I'm going with Atlanta. Maybe you guys might want to put your top 3 or top 5 in. Let's do top 5. Top 5 organizations, the way they're run in baseball. I'm going to pick Atlanta 1, LA 2. I'm going to go Tampa Bay 3. 4. Man, I might be leaning toward Baltimore right now. I like what they're doing. They're building something. I like Baltimore. I like Arizona, the way they're running things with young guys, athletic. The game is changing, and the teams that are ahead of the curve seem to me to be teams that are going with speed and guys that can get on base. The long ball era, I wonder if that's, everything's cyclical. I like what Houston's got to be up there. Yeah, you got to put Houston in the top 5. Definitely. So I'm going to go with Atlanta, LA, let's put Houston. They've been in so many league championships and World Series. And so that's my top 3. I got Atlanta, LA, Houston. Maybe I flip Houston over LA. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Atlanta, Houston, LA, Tampa Bay, 4 and 5. I'm going to go with between Baltimore. I'm going to go with Baltimore. So, yeah, that's my top 5 going forward. Cardinals, definitely Darren Ty. Cardinals are always up there. They run a first-class operation. So what have anybody else got a top 5? I've got, again, Atlanta, Houston, LA, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, 5. And I'm putting Baltimore just because they're building something. You know, you could see they were awful for like 3 years in a row, 100+ losses, but they're kind of doing what it reminded me of what the Astros did early on. The Astros, like 2000, I don't know if it was 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. They were awful, just awful, worst in baseball, but they drafted well. And then Houston became, a juggernaut. And now, they've been the team to beat for the last 5-6 years. Let's see what else we got. Justin Kerwin's got Cards, Braves, LA, Houston, Tampa. Okay, so he's got Cards 1. He's got Braves, LA. So pretty much we're pretty close there. We've got 4 of the top 5, the difference being Baltimore. And I'm only putting Baltimore in there because of where I'm at today and going forward. I think the Cards are right up there. They've definitely been a great organization that, that's another thing, guys. Let me just look at the standings, and I'm going to go off the top of my head here, looking at the teams. I'd like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Giants have not actually made the playoffs in consecutive seasons since 2002, 2003. Okay. They win every other year, 10, 12, 14, 16. They did not make the playoffs in the odd years in the decade of the 2010s. And they made the playoffs in 02, and 03. They also made it in 2000. 01, the year Bonds broke the home run record. They finished second to Arizona. But teams that make the playoffs consistently, Giants have only made the playoffs once since 2017. Okay, once. So they went 17, 18, 19, and 20, 4 consecutive years. And then they went 21, made it. So that's 5 years. And 22, they did not make it. So once in the last 6 years. If you count 16, twice in the last 7 years. If you count 15, twice in the last 8 years. All right. Now let's take a look. And I'm going to be off on this. But teams that seem to make it on an annual basis or pretty consistently. I believe Tampa Bay's been back-to-back a few times. Can't remember when they last did not make it. Yankees have been in there. Toronto's just missed. Really nobody in the Central. Minnesota, I think, is 2 out of 3 years. Houston has made it every year since, 16? Something like that. I know 17 was their first World Series. So Houston has made it, I believe, somebody check that out because I think it's Houston's been in there every year since 16. Nobody else. Atlanta, they're in there every year just about. When's the last time Atlanta did not make the playoffs? Probably somewhere around 17, maybe 18. I don't know. They're in it all the time. St. Louis, they're in it constantly. And the Dodgers. Dodgers have been in it like 10 straight years. Okay. Can the Giants just give us 2 years in a row playoffs? We're not the bottom feeders of revenue. Okay. Top 5 revenue. Payroll should be in the top 7 or 8, in my opinion. They're generally around 12, 13. Giants should be, up there in payroll. Match the revenue. Make better moves. So, and, free agents, Farhan's done not too bad hitting on free agents this year. Not so hot. I mean, Conforto's coming around, but he's still, hitting barely above the Mendoza line. Same with Haniger. In fact, let's see where Conforto is today. I think he did the Golden Sombrero, didn't he? Struck out 4 times. Yep. 4 strikeouts down to 210. Haniger's under 200 again, 194. There's your 2 top free agents right there. Not doing well. Also, free agents, Sean Manaea, Ross Stripling. Neither of those guys have done well. That's 0 for 4 so far. Now, we're only in mid-May, getting toward late May. And then we've got Taylor Rogers coming around lately, but not a great year yet. That's 5. I would say that's 0 for 5. Let's see. Who else was the other free agents? I mean, Jock Peterson was a free agent. He hasn't done a ton this year. Let me look at the roster. I thought there was 7. Blake Sable was a Rule 5 pick. So he kind of fits in as an offseason acquisition. So give Farhan kudos for that. Oh, Roberto Perez. That was another guy they brought in, this offseason. Hurt, gone for the year. So you can't hit every year. You're bound to have some up and down years when it comes to free agency. That's why the Giants have to produce from the farm. If you don't get the farm producing guys that bring up a minimum of 1 every year, a minimum of a key contributor every year, you like to see at least 2. Really. I mean, so far, 2 has up. If you count Bryce Johnson, he's a rookie. I don't expect a lot out of Bryce Johnson. I really don't. I expect, great defense, but he's not going to play every day unless he hits 250 and gets on base. I mean, he's got to hit 250, get on base, have an on-base percentage of 330, 340 plus, and steal bases and play great defense. Can he do that? I don't think so. I don't really think so. What's his on-base percentage? Bryce Johnson. That's not giving me. Hold on. That didn't give me on-base percentage. Let's see if ESPN does. It does. Bryce Johnson on base 188. I'm sorry, that doesn't cut it. If you're not even getting on base less than 20% of the time, you got to be on base at least 30% of the time in baseball. Come on base. We're not talking hits. We're talking on base. 188. That is absolutely pathetic. Estrada's 358. Romo just texted me. He says, I'm still working on this. I got to get the right drivers for the files to play the video. Okay, so Romo should be back in a little bit. But when we look at on-base percentage, you've got to be on base. I mean, Bryce Johnson, if he got on base, he could be an excellent leadoff guy with his speed and ability to bunt. Slap the ball around. There's no shift anymore. You should be able to hit. I'm sorry, with no shift, you better be able to hit at least 230 in the majors. Okay? Come on. And the Giants have how many guys hitting below 230? In today's lineup alone, Guys under 230. Conforto 210, Haniger 194, Johnson 167. So a third of the lineup today was hitting under 230. If we bump it up to 250, we include Flores in there. That's about it. Okay, so 4. But Estrada's hitting 310. JD Davis is coming down, but he's hitting 279. Flores 248. Wade is having a productive season, hitting 260, but on base 428. That's 428. That's got to be top 10 in all of baseball. So let me get to some of the chat here. What do we got going in the chat? Dan, all these guys, Justin Farhan brought in were free agents for one reason no one wanted. Let's see what else. They can't be up there in payroll when nobody wants to come and play for them. Well, you gotta. There's going to be some change. Going to have to be some changes if this team doesn't make the playoffs. I'm sorry. Back tightness today for Webb. Okay. That's another back tightness along with who left with back tightness the other night? Was it DeScalfani or somebody left with back tightness the other night? Stripling, yeah. Stripling left with back tightness. Webb left with back tightness. Wow. Hutch Gaming Service says, yeah, that Cali tax hurts the Giants a lot. Doesn't hurt LA and San Diego as much. Better places to live and better organizations being run right now. It doesn't hurt the Warriors, 49ers. It's the organization. Yeah. People, I don't know if it's Kapler or what, I don't know if players, what the heck. SG Sports Talk says my top San Francisco Giants players of all. Wait. All time, Chardal? What are you smoking today? Come on, Chardal. All time Giants? You got Longoria and Panic and Sandoval in there? Are you talking in your lifetime, Chardal? Or are you talking all-time San Francisco Giants? Let me give you 5 guys that'll smoke that list. Mays, McCovey, Barry Bonds. There's 3. Posey, 4. You got 1 right. 5. You could go Will Clark. That's 5. Or you could go Juan Marichal. Or you can go Orlando Cepeda. Those, 2 guys are in the Hall of Fame. But I'm going to give you want 5 in order? Mays, Bonds, McCovey, Posey, Will Clark. There you go. Okay. Come on, Chardal. I can't let you do that. This is Robert Rothberg says, good evening. Don't base the season on this game. The previous 4 wins are better indication of how well this team can play. Well, Robert, they're 20-24 now. We're not basing it on today's game. Not at all. We're basing this on they're 21-24. This is what a 500 club looks like, Robert. Up, down, up, down. Okay. They win tomorrow. They go on the road, win 4 out of 6 against Minnesota and Milwaukee. Then you're on to something. But this team has the potential to lose tomorrow and be 21-25 and then go lose 4 out of 6 on the road. and be back to 6, 7 under 500. You can't keep doing this up and down, chasing 500 and then falling back. You got to break through at some point and crash that. And, that can happen. That can happen. Atlanta did it the year they won the World Series in 21. If I look at Atlanta record in 2021, let me pull up Atlanta Braves record 2021. I believe they were around 500 at 100 game mark. And so they were able to win the World Series. 2021 game by game. So let me look and see what the Braves were. I'm going to pull it up right now. Okay, Giants have played what? 44 games? Right? 44 games. See where they are compared to Atlanta. They're 20 and 24. May 20th, 2021, the Atlanta Braves were exactly 20 and 24 on May 20th. Today's date. Maybe that's an omen. Maybe the Giants are going to win the World Series, Robert. That's it. We figured out the puzzle. The Giants and Braves have the identical record on the identical date of 2021. Wow. And the Braves ended up 88 and 73. They played only 161 games that year. That's it, Robert. We figured it out. So let's see what the Braves did. Tell you what the Giants are going to do tomorrow, because the Giants are the 2021 Braves. I'm kidding, everybody. On May 21st, the Braves beat the Pirates 20-1. Wow. So big offensive explosion tomorrow. Giants are all plugged up today. They'll have diarrhea tomorrow. That's right. They're going to have the runs with tomorrow. They were all plugged up. Giants are constipated today. They only got 3 hits, but now we figured it out. So we'll see. We'll see where the Giants go. That's an indication, though, that it's still early. The Braves at 100 games, let me tell you where they were after 100 games. They were 49 and 51. Okay? 49 and 51. They were 55 and 55 at 110 games. That's where they made it to 500. And then they went on a tear because of the great trades that the Braves GM made that year at the deadline. If you remember that team the Braves had. So, the way it's so early, but the early indications are that this team's going to need, if the Giants are going to make the playoffs and contend this year, I can guarantee you this, the roster will not be what it is today. This roster is not going to the playoffs, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that they could make changes come trade deadline and add some key pieces. So we'll see. That's why it's important that your farm system produces, so that if your farm system's producing and you're in the race, you can actually make trades to get better. And I'm not talking just your top 5, 10 guys. I'm talking deep. You need 30 plus guys producing so that you can make trades. What else we got in the chat? What is the Giants bullpen ERA? Giants bullpen ERA. Let's take a look at that. If it will tell me team ERA, I need to go to ESPN for that, or I could go to some other stats there. Okay. Giants Earned run average. I've got it coming up. They're 17th in baseball. Wait, that might be. That's actually including starters too. So I don't have the bullpen, but the Giants' ERA is currently 4.37 as a team. I don't know if it breaks it down as bullpen. I don't know that answer, Hutch. But let's see what else we got. Braves signed Acuna before his rookie deal expired, a very reasonable 10-year deal while he was young. They also signed Ozzy Albies. They've signed the third baseman, drawing a blank on his name, Riley. They've signed Olsen to a long-term deal. They signed the catcher to a long-term deal. They signed the center field. I don't know. The Braves just do a great job. All right. Let's see what you got here, Chardal. Your top 5 stadiums: Fenway, Dodger Stadium, Yankee Stadium, Wrigley Field, Oracle Park. Okay. Now you're on the little bit better path. I'll give you my top 5 stadiums. I'm going to go with I love the Giants Park. Just the views are breathtaking. I like Pittsburgh's field. I got Petco Park up there 3, Wrigley Field 4, and Fenway just because Wrigley and Fenway. But so those are my top 5. I got I'll put in take out Dodger Stadium for me and Yankee Stadium, and I'm putting in Petco Park and forget the name of the Pirates, but that's a beautiful stadium. So Baltimore's a nice place, getting a little older, but yeah. What else we got? Jesus Andres says Mets City Field is dope. Robert Rothberg, we're only 3 games under 500. Our goal is to reach 500, then make a statement. Yeah, Robert, it's possible. I'm not saying the team can't reach 500 and still make the playoffs. I just think the likelihood that this is closer to a 500 team because of just the inconsistencies that I see, a lot of strikeouts. I mean, they had some good hits of moving the line on this homestand where they were winning games by not hitting the long ball, but getting key timely hits. That's not always going to happen. Sometimes you're going to have the long ball. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're going to get shut out. That's just going to be part of baseball. Even the best teams get shut out. But we'll see. I'm hoping that they are a team that gets on a run. You know, they've won, 4 out of 5? So give me 8 out of 10. Give me 15 out of 20. Give me at least 14 out of 20. Give me a stretch where you're playing 700 ball for more than 5 games. Okay. Let's see. Hutch says bring up Matos. I think they will at some point, Hutch. He's not ready right now. He's got to, get through some AAA bats, but Matos wouldn't surprise me one bit to see Matos at some point later this year. What else we got? Padres, Mets. Okay. This must be these are teams that are supposedly in contention for a wild card. Okay. We figure the Dodgers and the Braves are going to win their divisions. So if we take the Braves and the Dodgers winning the division, and then the Central, let's say we take either Milwaukee or St. Louis. So then you would have to throw in the mix for wild card. You'd have to put in the Cubs in there, the Diamondbacks, maybe the Pirates. I don't think they hold all year, but we'll see. But if you're looking at these four teams, Padres, Mets, Phillies, which of these rosters don't belong? It's obvious the Giants fall into that category. Padres have a much better roster. Mets as well, and Phillies, and they're going to get gone. Again, this is so early. We're May 20th. We're 44 games in. You're just over 25% of the season gone. So, we're ready to go. Hey, Eric, you can actually double click on that and you'll be right in, just so you know that. If you
there you go.
All right. I could let you in, but I'm just showing you if you
I think oh, is it not going to play? Hold on.
You worked on that for 20 minutes. And now
yeah. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Didn't work.
Unbelievable. Hold on.
That's all right. That's all right. If not,
let's see if I can do this.
Let's see if we can get Chardal with his top 10 list, his top 5 list, his top 3 list. Man, he's got his top 49er list now in the chat.
I wonder why I can't play that. That's strange.
Let's see whose top 10 49ers are. Let's see if I can agree. Are you talking Steve Young, I'm assuming?
Okay. Oh, hold on. I think I got it.
Brody, Owens, Garcia, Haley, Gorman. No, that's not bad, Chardal. That's a pretty good list. All right, here we go. You got the sound down? I'm not sure if this is the first one. Oh, I think this is the first one. Yeah. Okay, watch this.
All right, here we go.
Framing. This ball is way outside the box, but watch Patrick Bailey. I'm going to tell you what he does here. And so you watch. Let's see if you guys can catch it. Go ahead.
Here we go. Yeah, you bring right across.
It's not moving there. Yeah. Oh, it didn't show. It's not showing it.
Is it not playing?
It's skipping. Yeah, it's skipping the pitch, actually.
Let me try one more time. See.
Yeah, everybody hit that like button that's in the chat. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Okay, see how far the ball is outside? It's a good 5-6 inches off the plate.
Yeah, he stole a strike there for sure.
Yeah, but what he did, guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but watch catchers. A lot of catchers take a ball that far off the plate, and they pull their glove back into the center. When you pull it into the center, like right down the middle, you pull your glove over so far, the umpire sees that, okay? And you take your glove and go like that. Watch how Patrick Bailey he moves it so quickly, but he only comes to the outside corner. So he's only moving the gloves a little bit versus a big movement that actually alerts the umpire that he's trying to be played. Now watch this. Watch this here. This is really exceptional for a rookie catcher. I'm not sure if it's playing full. Okay, I'm going to show you. It's
lagging just a little bit.
I'm going to show you guys on my phone. I know you guys hate this, but it's all I can do. I'm going to show you this on my phone. All right. Watch this here. I'm going to play it again. Again, it should rotate. Play it again. Okay, here. Well, I guess I got to hit play, darn it. I thought it would just keep going. See that? Ball's outside, but he doesn't move his glove, but just to the outside corner, just at the edge of the zone. you're going to get calls that way. Here,
Does that look a
there
little
it
bit
is.
better? Because I
Yeah, a
try
little
to
bit better. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can do that again. I'm not sure.
trying to shrink this.
Shrink the file.
Well, not the file, it's just the viewing screen, and see if I can make it a little bit better. I don't know if it'll help or not. We'll see.
Yeah. What I really liked about this is
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay. So in doing that type of framing, what I'm saying is I think you got a potential Gold Glove winner right there in the future. Big league Gold Glove catcher. That's he's known for his defense and his framing. That's exceptional. He stole a strike there, and
Yeah,
if
he
you get a
did.
catcher that steals strikes, don't move that thing so far. Guys do that all the time, and it's like, oh yeah, I umped home plate. I was a home umpire, and and I umped at a not I mean what it was above Little League Babe Ruth. I don't know if some would Babe Ruth League. You had 15-year-olds pitching, and guys it's easy to see a catcher take the frame and pull it back over.
The second
And I don't know how umpires personally miss calls that bad, because when I umpired, I watched the ball cross. I was watching the ball where the ball crossed, not the catcher's glove. I mean, you should be able to. I mean, guys, some umpires, I just don't know how they make calls that are so far out off the plate, and they it's just you're
Here's
stinking
the second
literally.
video that you sent, Dan.
Yeah, this one he just holds it. He barely moves the glove because
he
it's
barely
a little
moves
bit.
it, and he gets
Yeah,
the called strike three. Yeah,
he barely moves
pretty
it.
good.
It just So those are the things when I watch a baseball game. Let's just close that out, and we'll forget that. When I watch a baseball game, I'm looking at keys to guys, the way they play. That's why I look at Casey Schmidt and I say, okay, here's a guy that's got good footwork, quick feet, able to get in position, great arm, great glove, hand glove to hand, quick. You look at these things and you start to see, okay, this guy's going to be a good ball player. You look at a guy and you could tell that guys that just are going to be just your average, not guys that are going to be good. I don't know how Bailey will hit in the majors, but I think he'll be a really good defensive catcher.
But that will give him a long career because,
Yeah, that'll give him you catch in the majors like that, you got a 10, 12-year career.
Yeah, look at Rule says. It says it reminds him of Yachty. That's pretty. That's some high compliments there.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Saturday afternoon, 4:30. I think we're going to wrap up. We've been an hour and 5 minutes, and I think it's enough discussion of the Giants today. We'll see what they do tomorrow. Tomorrow they got the rubber match against the Marlins, and tomorrow's pitching matchup is going to be Alex Wood against Jesus Luzardo.
Luzardo's good. Another lefty, right?
Another lefty. So, that's what the people throw lefties against the Giants. That's been their kryptonite this year.
What's his do you have his numbers by chance, what he's doing on his season?
Luzardo is 3-2 with a 3.16 ERA.
Wow, that's good.
A nice whip, 1.36. He's got 55 Ks in 51 and a third innings pitch, only 17 base on balls, 6 homers he's given up. So he's got a good ratio to base on balls to strikeouts. We'll probably see Jorge Soler tomorrow. Is he injured or?
No, he was there today.
Okay, Probably see Jorge Soler tomorrow, which is always trouble. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
How about the Arraez? That kid is good.
Oh
Holy
yeah, he can
crap.
hit. He can hit. So we look at the Giants. Look at their wounded. They're walking wounded. Stripling's on the 15-day IL. Slater's on the 10-day IL. Luke Jackson 60. He should be due to come off the end of the month. Jock
Bart.
Peterson's on the 10-day, and they just listed today Logan Webb day to day for the back strain.
Oh, wow.
That's why he came out of the game. So
And then Bart, he's on the IL with the growing.
yeah, they don't even have him listed there. So Bart's on the IL. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, you know, no, I don't know. Tomorrow's a toss-up. So Chardal works tomorrow from 12:30 to 6:30. He's going to get home around 7 or 8. Yeah. So he won't be able to join us tomorrow. Yeah, Buster Posey. I've thought about him too, as I almost mentioned him in my tweet today about Bailey. I love that framing, you know. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, Eddie K's favorite, Parks. SBC. That's Pirates, yeah. AT&T and the Coliseum, LOL. SBC. That is the
That's what what Oracle used to be. It was Pac Bell, then SBC, then AT&T, and now it's Oracle.
Oh, that's right. What's the Pirates place called?
Oh,
it's on top of my head. I can't think of it.
PNC Park.
PNC. Yeah,
I almost said Three Rivers.
Yeah, PNC. That's it. PNC. Now I haven't been there, but I can tell it's a beautiful stadium, and everybody else ranks it pretty high. Dan, do you think the Giants? Are vastly improved with the addition of Bailey and Schmidt?
Vastly? I don't know about vastly.
They're improved with Schmidt for
yeah.
sure. Bailey, hard to say. You know, I think catching, he's definitely a plus to be catching. So we'll see how he hits.
The Giants tomorrow? I'm sorry.
Alex Wood.
So I'm guessing it's going to be an Alex Wood, Sean Manaea, because Wood's not stretched out, right? After coming off of that IL.
4 2/3. Yeah, he only pitched 4 2. No, he's not complete. He could probably only go 80 pitches. Maybe 85, but
remember they did that to him in his last outing. He got to 72 and they yanked him.
Yeah. Greg Dayton says we need to be realistic about this team. They lose tomorrow. We go into Milwaukee. Actually, going to Minnesota. They play Minnesota for 3 in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they do play the Brewers for 4 Thursday through Sunday. So, it's a 7-game road trip, and Giants. Did they play Milwaukee already at home this year?
Yes, they did.
And they
did well. They won the series.
2 or 3, 3 or 4, or 2 or 3.
I think it was 2 of 3 they won, right? Yeah, they lost. I think on the last one, right?
Yeah, was it?
Because they beat Corbin Burns,
and they beat St. Louis the first 3, right?
Yeah, they beat.
And then they lost.
And then they split with the Mets.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so their schedule when they played the, they had Milwaukee in here first weekend of May. They won the first 2, lost the third. Yeah, that's right. That was their 5-game winning streak. No. They won 3 St. Louis, then they lost, and then they went on the road. Okay. So, they've already played Milwaukee. So, I think they're going to have a tough battle in Milwaukee. I think at best they get away with a split. More likely similar to Arizona series. And if they, I'm telling you, they're 21-24. I'm going to tell you where I think they're going to be when they come back home to face Pittsburgh. Let me tell you where I think they're going to be, Robert. Just let me take a look here. First of all, let me see if Carlos Correa has been in the lineup. He has been playing, right? Correa, yeah, he's playing. He's only hitting 201. Okay?
Yeah, Correa's not having a good year.
You watch. He's going to break out starting Monday. All right, watch this. Dan is the Grant Cohn of Giants content creators. What do you want me to say, Mario? You want me to make up stuff that they're really good? I'm just telling you like it is.
You know what? Correa may, because if he wants to kind of take it out on the Giants because of how they treated him, maybe.
Oh yeah. No, I think he you watch Correa. It'll happen.
Maybe some extra added motivation for Correa.
He'll get hot. So I'm going to tell you where I think the Giants are going to be. They're 21 and 24, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 under. I think they're going to be 24 and 29 when they come back home. 5 under.
5 under, you think, huh?
Yeah.
Now, was it 3 and 3? Is that what it is? 3 in Minnesota, 3 in...
No, 4 in Milwaukee.
4 in Milwaukee.
7-game trip. So I think they're going to win 3 of their next 8.
7 or 8?
Yeah. Hope I'm wrong. Hope they're 29 and 24. That would be great. Win 8 in a row. Yeah. Giants go 8 in a row, 29 and 24. Let's see. So anyway, yeah. Chardal says, can you read my comment? Which comes after rules.
Oh, I see which one it is. This one. What? No, Buster? Buster helped us win 3 World Series. Wow.
Legends. Mays, McCovey, Bonds, Marichal, and Perry. All Hall of Famers except Bonds, and we all know Bonds should be a Hall of Famer as far as baseball qualifications go. But anyway, let's wrap it up. We've gone hour and 13 minutes. We'll come back tomorrow about 3:30. See how the Giants do in the rubber match against Miami. And, keep rooting for the Giants. Hopefully they get turned around. They need guys to start really picking it up at some point. Hanegers and Confortos and, Yaz. I don't know if he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. I wonder if they're going to go with Bryce Johnson again out there in center field. Maybe so.
Maybe.
We'll see. But anyway, everybody, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your comments in the chat. And we'll be back. Dan's hopes for the Giants' downfall. Mario, do you even listen to what I say? Seriously. I said, I hope they win. I'm realistic. You want me to just be a homer? Tell you, I lose credibility if I say they're going to win 162 games. Mario acts like I shouldn't think the Giants, I shouldn't talk reality. I should just talk Giants pie in the sky. Giants are going to win. Hey, I think Mario, they're going to win the World Series this year. I think they're going to turn it around in the second half, probably starting tomorrow. I think they go, probably 80 wins in their next, I think they go more like 80 and 30 something, and they'll win 101 games. They'll finish 101 and 61. They'll beat out the Dodgers by a game on the last day of the season. And instead of one Johnson hitting a home run, I think Bryce Johnson hits the home run in the ninth in extra innings. They walk it off. Place goes crazy. There's 41,000 screaming fans there. Place goes nuts. Giants players come out, mob Johnson, and they pick him up, and then the rest and the fans go crazy, and they pick up Farhan and Kapler, carry him off the field, and they go into the playoffs on a roll, and they win it all. And then at the parade, Farhan is given a new 20-year, actually a lifetime contract, and Gabe gets a new deal on the cover of GQ magazine, and I think that's the way it turns out, everybody. For Mario and Robert Rothberg, it's been a great show, everybody. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.